Wow, talk about so much underage drinking everywhere. And quite a few drugs, a lot of guys and girls just being like, hey, what's your name? You want to have sex? And what am I talking about? Oh, I am talking about St. Mary, Montana. Wow, what a wonderfully lawless place this was. As you know, Liz and I worked there at Glacier National Park. We worked there during just a summer. We were married. And it was great, a fun, wonderful experience, but also very eye-opening as to how these summer jobs are for some kids who are like 16 or 17 years old, and I don't know how their parents are like, sure, you can go and work for a month, a few months. Do you remember that part in Pinocchio where all the little boys go to, is it called Pleasure Island? And basically they turn into a bunch of little donkey asses because they're bad little boys. That's pretty much it, minus the transformation into beasts of burden. But it was very odd. I eventually adopted the role of event coordinator there, which was lots of fun. I got to come up with all sorts of, oh boy, we played Assassination, which, if you've ever played this before, it's such a cool game. You are secretly assigned another person who is playing the game, and you're assigned a squirt gun, and you have to, at some point, kill the person, assassinate them with your squirt gun. However, only one other person can witness the assassination. So the whole goal to this thing is to always have more than one other person with you, watching your back. Because if more than one person sees you get shot, then it's considered null and void. You're like, no, you were not assassinated. But we played these massive games throughout the whole campus. It was so funny to see grown men do this. It was also kind of sad to see some of these grown men still working paycheck to paycheck. I was, in my early 20s and working next to someone who was twice my age and still working paycheck to paycheck. If you're that person, get a move on life, man. You should know enough about your daily habits or monthly habits that you could be able to anticipate what your expenditures are, and you don't have to live on the edge the whole time. It's called a budget. They're not boring things. They actually make a lot of sense, and they encourage you to save up money for big fun purchases like retirement. But anyway, I digress. Where was I? St. Mary, the lawlessness of this place. So some of the owners actually bought big kegs of beer for these kids, and we go up to the employee village and just drunk people everywhere. Smoking pot left and right. Yeah, no big deal. This is Pleasure Island after all. Yeah. So some of the events that I coordinated, I try to still keep them really fun, like the assassination thing, but also, legal. Oh, wow. One of my most memorable events was Fry Night. Oh, get this. Dude, this was awesome. What we did was I went to a thrift store somewhere in town and got some big pots, and pots that you didn't really care about if they got, blackened by the flames of a fire, which is exactly where we put these pots. We built a big bonfire, and I nestled these pots in there, and then I put tons of cooking oil in there. Glug, 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 glug. And what we did was we had a fry night, and people could bring anything they'd like to fry in these big pots of oil. And so I had a few things sort of pre-made. You didn't have to bring something, you could just enjoy something there. So if you've ever had that, If you've ever had deep fried Oreo cookies, so these are Oreo cookies dipped in batter and then you deep fry them, so incredible. We had deep fried Snickers, deep fried Reese's, deep fried Twinkies, so good. Until recently, I've never had deep fried butter until Liz and I went to the BeauCh fair and we had deep fried butter. I should have done that. You may be wondering, well, how come it doesn't melt immediately? Well, it's because the butter is like frozen solid, really, really cold. So by the time you dip it in the batter, put it in, pull it out, it sort of tastes like a really buttery piece of fried French toast. Because by the time you pull it out, the butter has sort of melted and seeped into the fried batter around it. It's so good. Oh, deep fried butter. Again, I should be huge, but I work out a lot, and that means that I can offset it by eating really bad things. Now, I know I'm gonna eat my words someday. Eat my words. Because I know I'll have to watch my diet and my habit. I won't always be this skinny. I'll have to watch my high blood pressure. But for now, I'm going to work out like crazy so that I can enjoy my massive amounts of ice cream. Yes. So anyway, back to St. Mary and the lawlessness of that place. Eventually, there were several lawsuits that came out of St. Mary. I don't know who currently owns St. Mary Lodge and Resort, but I wish the owners well, I really do. I hope that they're off somewhere gallivanting and buying beer for underage people.